We love doing follow-up videos here on the channel, and we did a video not too long ago about 5 songs to start with Rush, which is one of our favorite series to do. Like, if you had never heard this band before, where would you start with? And Lauren brought some really good picks to that. But on top of that, the thing we always say in all these videos is like, hey, you know, it really matters to us, the interaction. And the comments on the video were really, really cool. Like, a lot of people that agreed with your picks, and ones that kind of same thing with what happened recently with an Ozzy video that we did, where I felt some comments straight into what we have another series on, which is Hidden Gems. Mm-hmm. So it's like, okay, well, that's not in the first 5 songs you would play for someone.
Yeah.
But it's songs that after someone is into Rush, you got to hear these now.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
So that is why we were going to follow it up today with 5 hidden gems from the band Rush. And who better to handle it than the lady who knows more about Rush than I do, Lauren.
Hello. Yeah, this was very fun for me to put together because these are all songs from the 80s. Mm-hmm. And I like kind of where Rush started going in the 80s in a lot of ways. And like the first one I have is a track called Manhattan Project. And it is probably one of the most literal Rush songs that there ever was, because it is just kind of the telling of the Manhattan Project.
Right.
And it's you know, obviously it's got the like, oh no, what have we done aspect to it.
Right.
And musically it's very 80s Rush. And what that means is complicated time signatures and keys.
I'm guessing more.
Yes, more keys, yeah.
Now, full disclosure, these 5 songs that Lauren has are ones that I'm not familiar with at all. Like, I consider myself to liking a good amount of Rush, but that's why I'm asking questions as well on these tracks, because I don't think I know any of these as well. So, kicking off with the Manhattan Project from Power Windows. The next record is one I think I'm really unfamiliar with. Like, I don't think I know even nearly enough off of this record.
Oh, well, cool. The record is Grace Under Pressure, and the track is Kid Gloves. And this song is actually currently stuck in my head, so I'm having a hard time thinking of the other ones to try to talk about them. But yeah, Kid Gloves. Neil Peart did this this like I don't fit in high school thing a lot, and he did it well. And this song is pretty much that. This is in 5/4 time, so you never really settle into it.
Which is probably the point.
That is definitely the point. And I like there's some flip-flopping lyrics that happen in this. In the first 2 verses, it ends with, it's cool to be so tough. Mm-hmm. And then in the last 2 verses, it's tough to be so cool.
Right.
And it's like, oh, okay. Yep. I get what you're doing.
Thanks for that, Neil.
Yep, thank you very much.
You got a song off of Power Windows, song off of Grace Under Pressure. Now, the next couple, at least this record and the one after, I know these records pretty well, but I don't know these songs well, which I think lends to your argument of like, yes, these are hidden gems now.
These absolutely are hidden gems. Yeah, the next one is Natural Science off of Permanent Waves. And this is a good 9-minute song with like 3 parts to it.
Right.
And so it starts with the... like the primordial ooze kind of thing. It's quiet, and it's like, okay, life is starting to happen, but hasn't happened yet. And then it kicks in because, like, oh no, here's man messing up all of this stuff that was awesome beforehand. And then it kind of ends with what happens after that. Right. Very cool Rush.
So very cool Rush. Very, very Neil. Very, very Neil. Hold Your Fire is the one, the last record. When we get there, I'll talk about how and why I don't know that album well. But Hold Your Fire is a record that I know very well. It was the first time that I ever saw like any live footage of Rush came from that tour. But again, I think you have a pick here that most people wouldn't think of, thus the hidden gem. Yeah,
it's a song called Mission. And I mostly have this on this list because I like the message of this song. And it kind of came to be because they were all Rush. They were all kind of collectively like, if we weren't doing this, we probably wouldn't be doing anything else. Like, this is our mission. Like, the finding that thing that is your drive, that drives you in life, is what this song is about. And I just think that's awesome.
The total sidebar, but from what I've seen of Rush on the way outside looking in, if they weren't doing what they did, a strong suggestion for them to have been a comedy troupe. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I think they have wildly good sense of humor. This last record, Presto, is a record that I don't think I've ever even heard, which I'm sure is causing rage for some folks, which I understand. But I think I skipped this record somehow because The next big Rush memory I have after Hold Your Fire is from Counterparts On. So this record for me, I guess the whole thing would be Hidden Gems, but you've narrowed it down to one cut.
Yeah, it's a cut called The Pass, and it is probably one of the most musically straightforward Rush songs that I've ever heard. But that's because the message is so powerful,
Right.
and just listen to it. You know, it's basically saying like nothing is as bad as you think it is. Like there's always another way
Yeah.
out and around.
Well, one thing that to me intrigues me about what you said is it's like it's one of the more straightforward Rush songs. Like I feel like that almost immediately gets a Rush song into hidden territory because Rush fans tend to like the more complicated aspect of things. So when you hear one that is quote unquote regular,
Yeah.
you're probably like, well, this is not the Rush that
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like this is not what I usually
Yeah.
hear for. So we had people in the comments on the last video show up in force and say, you know, hey, here's what I agree with. Here's the other songs I had. And I feel like a lot of you that left comments really lean toward the hidden gems. So this video is for you. Please, by all means, let us know what you think of Lauren's picks or her descriptions too, because these I don't know these songs well enough to even say if I go, oh, well, I wouldn't call it that. So if you would share that comment with us. And as we always say, thank you so much for watching.